Additionally, I'm worried about my family. If I get COVID, I'm gonna bring it to my family. And I talk to my grandparents a lot. They're higher risk than me, so I don't wanna give them COVID. This time last year, my grandmother, who was a former teacher at the Rutherford County school system, died of COVID because someone wasn't wearing a mask. This is a very
Hey guys, we're here to act professional. Please, sir, go ahead.
Thank you. This is an avoidable issue, and by not wearing masks in schools, it's irresponsible. We're killing people. This is not something that we should be doing for the education of our students. Thank you.
Man, my blood boiling is boiling like Josh Mandel right there. So that's Grady Knox, who's a junior at Central Magnet, speaking on Tuesday at a Rutherford County Board of Education meeting, where he laid out concerns students have faced since schools reopened following the start of the pandemic. And so that's good. I'm glad that a junior at high school was, talking about very difficult stuff about the struggle that his family's had with COVID. The fact that adults in the room were heckling someone who had just talked about their grandmother dying, that the woman you can see in the video is giving those like sarcastic little grins. Like, think about the juxtaposition of "let our kids smile" as a slogan and "I'm gonna smile at this kid talking about his grandma dying because I think it's funny." It's just like, Brad, what do you think about this? Like, the Board of Education meetings have become the worst place in the world over the past year.
Well, they always have been. Like, everyone knows that parents are the worst because you're getting, and it used to be you just got like Mama and Papa Bear, who were like, that's my kid.
Yeah.
And they should have football for everybody, and soccer you should be on the team. Like, it used to be that. This is not that, right? Because they're not mad. This shows you where in their minds coronavirus lives. It lives in a place where wherever the word mask comes up, you sneer and laugh at the suckers.
Mm-hmm.
And it is such a it is so priority number one and reaction number one in your mind and soul and being and everything, that you so quickly forget that this kid said, my grandmother died.
Yep.
Of COVID. And you see, he does a follow-up, which I'm sure you have, but he does it, he just disappears. He just looks out. And I don't know how he got through it.
Yeah.
But maybe, what is he picturing? He's picturing his grandmother, with whom he spent his entire life knowing and hanging out and learning things from and loving. She's dead. He just experienced that. Additionally, a funeral, lowering a coffin into the ground. These things happen. That's what I remember from my father's funeral. Like, you just remember that. I was a mess, right? He cycled through all that in his head because he was gonna do that anyway. But now in those images in his mind, looming over his shoulder is some crappy lady who thinks this is where her entertainment and fun lives, because she's got a sign saying, let our kids smile. What about that kid? You think that kid's gonna smile anytime soon? And it's your fault.
The only, it's not even a mitigating factor I can think of is this is just a different explanation couched in horrible personality traits, is that there's a good chance that they don't believe him, because they think you just go up there and say whatever you want. You just make up stuff. Like, they probably do. Like, we know in general they don't believe that the death count is accurate. She's probably thinking, yeah, she died of COVID. She's an old woman, she's died. They think in the abstract that these people didn't actually die of COVID. At what point can we apply that to individual cases where they just might not believe that it actually happened, that all of this is fun and games? I came to this board meeting because this is my new hobby or whatever. He's probably the same. He's not actually expressing, the grief that he's felt at the loss of his grandmother and the fear that others might die, that if people go to school unmasked, other teachers might die, other kids might get it, they might pass it to their families. It's nothing serious like that. This is just fun and games. Ugh. Anyway, there's a lot more to get to though. So why don't we jump ahead to?
Yeah.
No,
It's just like active.
What do you have to
Like,
say?
yeah. It's just it's just very frustrating to me. And I've already said it, so go ahead. And the video before
Well,
that.
I agree. It is frustrating. You're just being honest, like he was. And thank you, by the way, to Grady Knox for doing that.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.